Hello and welcome to The Real Hernando, presented to you by Wesley Meadows Retirement Community and produced by SRP Studios Podcasting. This podcast spotlights organizations, ministries, and community leaders in Hernando and Greater DeSoto County by sharing their stories and what led them to serve the community. Please follow us at therealhernando.com for all channel and social media platforms. Each day at Wesley Meadows is a new opportunity to serve older adults and reimagine retirement living. It is the heart of their mission that inspires their team to provide the kind of fun atmosphere and care residents would want for themselves. Experience the warm spirit and faith-based difference of Wesley Meadows. Call 662-429-2070 and schedule your visit today. Hello, I'm your host, Derek, and today we are featuring Wesley Meadows Retirement Community. Ta-da! Check it out. All right, so quick little read up here, and then we're going to get going. So life at Wesley Meadows offers all the comforts imaginable, set in a picturesque campus with a beautiful courtyard. With 100 customizable apartments available for both independent and assisted living, residents can create a home that is uniquely theirs. Assisted living services are provided directly to each apartment, eliminating the need for relocation. With numerous activities and no home maintenance worries, residents can truly enjoy their retirement. Today's primary focus is the Wesley Meadows 26th Annual Golf Tournament on Friday, September 13th at the Timber Trust Golf Course located on 9425 Plantation Road, Olive Branch, Mississippi. This year's tournament will go towards rebuilding a gazebo-like structure in their courtyard. And we're talking about the barbecue fundraiser on October 26th. That is in conjunction with their Halloween event. This will be a board of directors run fundraiser along with the Hernando Methodist Men's Group. Wesley Meadows relies on these types of events yearly to help them complete projects that exceed their yearly budget items. For more information, please visit mss.org/Wesley Meadows. Helping me out today to talk further about this, I have Executive Director Jamie Cliett. Let's hear it all. Come on. Ta-da! And the very eager to do this podcast, Heather McArthur, Area Sales and Marketing Director. Let's go. I mean, come on, Heather.
Yeah.
Yes. So I always love having you guys back. Obviously, as you heard in the intro, my wonderful title sponsor that literally keeps this podcast moving. So publicly, thank you for what you all do for me.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
Okay, so we have two major topics to cover today. We're going to start with that golf tournament, and Jamie drew the short straw, so she has to go first. And all right, so 26th annual, so my goodness, that's amazing.
Yep.
So where do you want to start as far as how you want to talk about this?
Well, the golf tournament is a very special fundraiser to us at Wesley Meadows simply because our residents get to pick what we do with those proceeds. And that's something that's very unique to any type of fundraiser that we have. Whenever we have the golf tournament, first of all, our amazing board of directors helps plan that and help strategically put that on throughout the entire tournament. So all of our board will be there volunteering and working throughout the event. But after the tournament's over, we have a resident council that meets. Their representatives from our 8 to 10 various hallways at Wesley Meadows, and they get together with their hallways and ask, what would we like to do with the golf tournament money this year? Last year, they actually picked that they wanted to use those proceeds. We have a beautiful gazebo that you spoke about in our courtyard, and they picked that they wanted to redo that. However, we started reimagining, well, what if we don't just build another gazebo? What if we build like a pavilion type structure to where there's grills out there and they can go out and sit and
Like
have
picnic tables.
Right, and have bands out there and really just kind of highlight that courtyard area because it's a beautiful area. But that type of project, of course, would be more funding for that. So we held the funds from last year's golf tournament, and we're going to combine the 2 years and hopefully be able to build what they want with that.
So when you say you ask the hallways, meaning the residents?
Yes, absolutely.
So they have a say in this.
They do.
That's very nice.
Our resident council meets once a month, and they come to the meeting as representatives from particular hallways, and they talk about concerns or just things that are going on in their hallways that maybe that we need to be aware of as a staff. So they come to that meeting with those ideas in mind. My hallway would like to do a pavilion. One year we did all new rocking chairs, which sounds really small, right? But there's a lot of rocking chairs at Wesley Meadows.
Nothing's better than a good rocking chair.
That's right. That's right. So they just get to pick, and sometimes they even donate those funds. Like if there's nothing pressing, we have an amazing benevolent fund that's called the Sunday Fund, and it's available for elders who've outlived their means at Wesley Meadows. And sometimes they choose to donate the proceeds to that fund, and that's great too. So them having a say is exactly what we're all about.
I really
their
love
home.
that.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's their home, so they get to decide. And the golf tournament is just a great day. We will have Dixon Golf there on site. They will be doing different kind of course games that are a lot of fun where you have opportunities to give in different ways. We partnered with them last year, and that was a great partnership. They just kind of add to the fun of the day. So
I love that you give them a voice. I think that's another unique proposition to anyone interested in using your facility, because they have a vote in a way, and you guys are really open to their ideas in an organized way. It's almost like each hallway is its own committee, and then they have that committee leader, and then they can take that information to the board. And I think that's really special because, I think people like being involved.
yeah,
and
absolutely.
having a say in things like that, or at least a voice.
Right. And we tell our staff when they first start, we are actually working in our elders' homes. This is not your workplace. This is their home. So we try to run it just like they would at their own home.
Again, that is on Friday, September 13th.
Right.
Tell us a little more about Timber Trust Golf Course. Is this where you've held it in the past?
We've held it at various golf courses, and Timber Trust we've been using for the last few years. It has the space available to be able to provide any type of awards ceremony we might do, the registration part and where we set that up. But they've been a great partner for us for the last few years, actually. So we're excited about that.
Tell me more about your title sponsor.
It is actually Hickenbotham Insurance, and they have been our title sponsor, gosh, I would say at least 12 years. And it's through Matt Lipscomb, and it used to be Lipscomb Insurance. They have a new name.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why we had to change the logo.
That's right. That's right. But they've been very, very good to our community throughout the years in supporting whatever we have going on. So we're super excited to have them as that sponsor.
It's nice having a good title sponsor, right?
It is.
Wink, wink, wink.
It is.
I mean, when it's a good relationship and collaboration, it works for everybody.
It does.
I think that's for sure. So before we move to the barbecue event, is there anything we're missing on the golf?
I don't know. Just we really are trying to build our golf tournament back up. We lost a lot of teams through COVID because we had to really back off of this event during those years. So the last 2 years have been a rebuilding effort. So we need golfers. So the more the merrier. So
How many do you have signed up now?
I was going to say the early bird.
Right, we do have an early bird special, and it goes until September or August the 13th. But we try to get 20 to 25 teams. We've already got, I think, about 7 teams, counting the sponsor, the title sponsors teams that they get. So we try to get to that 20, 25 mark. That's really our sweet spot.
Okay.
It doesn't get too crowded, and it makes the game enjoyable.
Do you have sponsors for holes?
We do.
Golf balls,
So you can sponsor hole signs, and they're $100, and you can sign up for any of that on our link on our website or your website.
TheRealHernando.com.
That's right. And you can do a corporate sponsorship, which includes a team and a whole sign. Or you could just do like a drink cart sponsorship or a birdie sponsorship, putting contest. There's a lot of different opportunities. It's just best to go on the website if you're looking for just a sponsorship opportunity and check all those out.
So one hole is $100?
$100.
That is fair.
Yep. And, because we're nonprofit and because this money goes, for our elders, we try to keep our tournament very, very competitive compared to most in the area.
Very good. Well, we can touch back on this
Right.
after we now pester Miss Heather Arthur. Welcome back from the lake.
Yeah.
You look very refreshed.
Yeah, somewhat.
I'm so jealous of your pictures out there.
Yeah, connected with nature. It's always my favorite thing to do.
By the way, we have featured both Jamie and Heather on the podcast way back. The link to their first episode is in the description. Go check it out. It was designed to introduce Heather to the community because you were with the Wesley Meadows 2 weeks.
Yes. I believe it was like 2 weeks.
And this was so long ago, I didn't even have a studio. So we filmed it in one of your units, or one of your apartments.
Elders
We
units.
kicked someone out and be like, hey, come back in an hour. But so please check that out. You get more of the origin story of Heather, but more information on Wesley Meadows in general. But we're going to tap more into that in this episode as well, because it's been a minute.
Yes.
So we need to remind everyone what Wesley Meadows is really all about. But before that, you have a barbecue event, October 26th. With your Halloween event. I want to learn about the barbecue, but also your Halloween event, and that it's in conjunction with. So, Miss Heather, the floor is yours now.
So our fall event is one of our three or four major events that we have each year, where it's open up not only to our residents, family, but the community. So this year we're having Yeehaw in the Meadows. So each year we try to pick a theme and stay with it somewhat, but change it up to make it different. So this year it is Yeehaw in the Meadows, and we plan to have a Halloween costume contest, line dancers, antique car show, hay rides, yard games, and we'll have Heavenly Snow there as well, where you can buy a snow cone. And, of course, with our barbecue fundraiser, this will benefit the residents as well. And it's prepared and cooked by Scotty's Barbecue and the Hernando Men's Group.
Nice. Shout out
Hernando
to
Methodist.
Scotty's.
Yes.
Okay.
So.
And does the funds for this also go towards the gazebo or just general things?
It could, but it will benefit the elders for sure.
And once again, the hall representatives talk to their...
Yes.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Every year, this Halloween event happens. Is this the first time you have a barbecue event attached to it?
Well, I think in the previous years they've had a barbecue fundraiser, but I'm not sure if it was tied in with the actual Halloween or fall event. But when Jamie and I met, we thought that would be a great opportunity to open that up to the community and hopefully be able to sell those plates, in which we're going to sell for $12 each.
That's fair, for sure.
We hope that we'll do really well with that during that fall festival for sure.
What time does it start?
So it's October the 26th from 11 to 2.
So Halloween costume.
Yes.
So what do you think your residents are going to go to?
I'm not sure that they will participate, but they will enjoy watching the kids come out dressed up.
Oh, I thought they were all going to dress up.
They can. Now, we have totes of costumes from previous years, and we can certainly put those out and let them.
There'll be a few of them that'll be on board to do it, but most of them are just going to enjoy the kids coming out in their costumes. So we'll definitely do a contest and challenge all the children from the community to come out and dress up.
Yeah, like we want to see Spider-Man and Batman.
And we're still in the early stages of planning all the details for this event, but we definitely have everything mapped out as what we want to do, or we have had some that have said they will be there for that date. So and then, of course, my vendors, we will open that up again, just like last year, for vendors at no cost. You have an application on your link, and you can sign up. And then once we receive that, we will look through the application for approval for that. Each vendor will have to provide their own table, electricity, chairs, whatever they need.
As Heather mentioned, go into that description, and above their past episode link, you'll see a link for this submission form.
Yes.
Click it, download it, fill it out, and then how do they best get it back to you?
It would be email. All my contact information is on the form.
Gotcha.
So you can email it to me, mail it in, bring it by Wesley Meadows, however you choose to do that. And then I will reach out to the vendor once we've approved the vendor.
Awesome.
Because we can only have so many in the small space that we have. So we're looking at probably 20 to 25 max, which
It's
is
still a
going to
good
be a little
amount.
bit more than we had last year. So
Okay, very
we had a
cool.
good turnout last year. I think we ended up having 300 to 500
yeah.
people from the community and residents and families that attended that event. So I think the vendors was a plus into people showing up to
Let's
that.
make it
So,
1,000 this
yes,
year, right?
Yes.
What do you
With
think, Jamie?
Are you going to direct parking?
Yeah, there's
gonna
always
recruit
parking.
you for
that's
parking.
always the issue is the parking.
Well,
Parking
but-
is an issue, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It is. We'll have golf carts going to get people from
Okay.
the back parking lot towards the front of where the event is, because our driveway goes on around, so it can be a bit of a walk. So that for those that are, need some help getting to and from the event, we'll have golf carts running for that.
Well, amazing. That's awesome. So yeah, again, go to that link, fill out that form, become a vendor, and let's go. Let's fill this place. We need all the golf carts
Yes,
this year, right?
from
Right.
crafters.
We're gonna need
to,
all of them.
All
Yes.
of them, and you're going to be there directing parking.
That's right. I'll be helping out.
Okay.
We crafters, to food vendors, coffee. I mean, whatever. Just send it in to me, and we'll look over it and
Oh, very cool.
hopefully get you there to our fall event.
Awesome. Well, I'll talk about these dates again here at the end of this, but now let's talk about Wesley Meadows again on a more general term. So, Jamie, I'll go to you. How long have you been with Wesley Meadows?
I have been with Wesley Meadows 12 years in September.
Nice.
You kind of caught me off guard with that one.
Congratulations.
But I started out.
That's what I
thank you.
do. I throw people under the bus on this
I
podcast.
appreciate that. I started out in Heather's position, loved every minute of it. Just representing this amazing community is such a blessing. And then took over when our executive director retired as executive director 2 years ago.
And that's when you reached out to me.
That's when I reached out to you
Yeah.
and I said, we need to introduce Heather.
That's right. So
She's amazing.
some origin stories here. I love that you reached out, and I love it when people see the podcast and reach out and want to be a part of it. And that's what you did. And I met you in your office, and
Yep.
she talked about you, Heather. And but it took some time to get you hired, and we only wanted to give you 2 weeks, though.
Yeah.
Just 2 weeks.
But after some
Which was
coordination,
failed to be mentioned in my
We
interview.
didn't tell her that.
She knew how to run.
you're stuck now. But and then off and running, and we conducted that awesome interview. We had some pre-interviews, and we hung out and make sure you were comfortable, Heather. And then began the relationship as our title too. So again, thank you for that.
Yeah.
So Heather, how has the last 2 years been for you?
I'm not sure even.
You're not
how
supposed to sigh. My goodness.
It's been a blessing, but it has been a whirlwind for sure. Just trying to go back and forth between two campuses, and I think just managing the day-to-day tours, and which is a blessing in itself. The wait list, the move-ins, move-outs, but we have been 100% blessed with a great wait list for Wesley Meadows. It's a great place to be. And I say that I work there, but it's also, it really is a great place I would put my loved one there. The staff is great. I mean, we take pride in what we do every day. But it has been a challenge.
Sure.
I think the first year I went through leadership, to lots of training, then managing the campuses too. It's been a lot, but I'm still standing and I'm growing still. I think at times I have to pinch myself. I'm like, am I really doing this?
Yeah.
It's totally out of my comfort zone, but it's great to come out of your comfort zone and do things.
Like today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I, tour so many families, and especially prospects that are having to leave their home or think about leaving their home and come to Wesley Meadows and take that next step in life. And they're having to come out of their comfort zone.
Yes.
So we all are going to be faced with that at some point.
It's not an easy decision for anybody.
Yes.
Right.
For the person moving in and the family.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to pull your loved one out of their home that they've been in for 50 years.
And
I
so
get that.
counseling families through that is probably the biggest part of what I love about the job. Because I'm there, I feel like I'm there to help them and guide them and through the process, and from, touring to deciding to go on the wait list to hey, yes, I'm going to take the apartment to the move-in process. And even beyond that, just checking in with them and seeing how they're transitioning and listening to how that looks for them, and actually trying to put my feet in their shoes for a moment. And that's difficult. It's, what do I leave behind? What do I bring? What is this going to look like for me? So it's a stressful time for them. But once they get there and transition, 90% of the time they do well. And so that is the rewarding part of the job.
5M Services, we're your comfort specialist. We're dedicated to serving residential and commercial clients with money-saving solutions, combining the highest quality parts with our unwavering commitment to delivering exceptional service to give you the top-notch experience you deserve. A 10-year parts and labor warranty is included with every install. Dial 662-560-7331. 5M Services, making your comfort our priority. Visit us on the web at 5mservices.net for more information.
I've seen the apartments. They're beautiful. Also, you have this great common area where you play games, right? So talk about some of these activities that the residents get.
Oh, volleyball. Volleyball is a huge thing for them now.
Bingo.
Bingo. Our Virtus Physical, we have Virtus Physical Therapy on site where our elders can take advantage of doing physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech, hearing, all the therapies.
So you said
Virtus.
What is Virtus?
VERTIS. It's a company, it's a contracted company that we use. They have like their own physical therapy area, but they do the volleyball. So they started the volleyball. It is very serious business, and they are actually going to be playing the staff at a game coming up.
Are they very competitive?
They are extremely competitive. They yell at each other. It's nice.
And there has been mention they want T-shirts.
They want T-shirts.
And name their teams.
They want a team. So we have a cheer team. And our cheerleading team goes around to different community events. They're doing the Noah's Gift run again this year. They've just went around to different community events, and they cheer at most of our big events that we have. We have a Wesley Meadow choir. They do bingo. We have exercise classes. I mean, it goes on and on and on. They go out to eat. They go to the grocery. They go to movies. They're busy.
So I want to learn more about this volleyball competition.
Yes.
So how serious? Is
It's
this a big deal?
It's pretty serious, Derek.
Now, who does each hallway get their own team?
No, so
That
it's
could
just
be like
whoever-
hallway 1 against hallway 3.
Whoever wants to play can come. They did, and we had talked about, and we need to do this, but they had wanted to reach out to the Hernando High School volleyball team to play them.
Damn, they are serious.
They are
Very
serious.
serious.
Yep, they are.
They want to go up
serious.
against 16-year-olds?
Now it's not like it's sit down volleyball, Derek. Let
Okay.
me hold on, calm down. This is balloon volleyball.
So they're not
Say,
jumping
Jamie,
up,
wait a minute.
spiking
We
over.
need to
we're not
specify.
spiking.
There might be a liability issue
Right,
here.
yeah. But it is very competitive, and it's so fun to listen to. So in our fellowship center, they play in our fellowship center. Mine and Heather's office is just right next to that. You can hear them like, yay, cheering and screaming. They love it. But they really do get into they have a lot of things going on. We have painting classes. We have Bible study. We have a full-time chaplain there. And we do grief support for our community. Anybody from the community can come to that, or our residents. We just have a lot going on.
Now, I remember way back when we talked about Alzheimer's and dementia, and that's something that you were really working on building support for. How does that look now?
Well, that's of course an active working thing at our campus. We have our Maddox House greenhouse home that houses 10 residents that have a diagnosis of dementia or Alzheimer's. That was opened 3 years ago. We raised just over $2 million to build that, and it got built completely debt free. And it is a unique concept where it is their home. And it's very turnkey. It's not like this is what time we go to bed, this is what time we wake up. It is truly their home. So if they want to sleep till noon and get up and have bacon and biscuits, they do that. It deinstitutionalizes elder care with dementia or Alzheimer's. So that's a constant process, and we're constantly training our staff, doing different classes with them to really kind of help train them in working with our elders.
It's a big overtaking
It
because
is.
this because it takes so much daily work. It's every day to help these people.
Yeah. And, that's been open 3 years, and I will say we learn something every day that we need to do better or we need to work on. And I think that, and it's not just us, it's our staff too, our frontline staff. I think it's amazing how they love on those people in that home. And they are their people. They do all the cooking, all the caregiving, all the cleaning, because it's less people in and out of the home. So they really take ownership of that home. But the great thing about Methodist Senior Services is that they have 12 campuses across the state of Mississippi. So each campus is very unique to the area that they're in, depending on, kind of what's going on in that community. They're all vital parts of the community. We have everything from independent, assisted, skilled nursing, rehab, a full rehab in-stay programs at different campuses, and greenhouses. We were the first in the world to start building those greenhouses, and that's something we're very, very proud of. And we have those scattered throughout our state. So it's a great organization.
And that's healthy for your residents,
right?
To give them something to do. And let's educate on how the process works briefly. In general, there's a family member that needs to bring their loved one to a facility, and they are interested in Wesley Meadows. What's that first step they take?
So typically they call in, and we have a short discussion over the phone. I encourage them to always, come in for a tour if that's possible. If not, then I can make a home visit. Just depends on the situation. So then we schedule the tour. They come in and we sit down, and I take the time to get to know the individual, the prospect, whether they're there or not. If it's a family member or the actual prospect, I try to find out their background, what they do for a living, what is their hobby, just kind of know who they are. And then also, during that time, I'm finding out exactly what it is they're needing. Are they needing independent, assisted, or memory care? Because oftentimes families or the prospect themselves may not know. They may not know that they're needing that extra assistance, or may not know that mom and dad are struggling and need more memory care. So I'm there to help guide them through that process, and then we take a tour, sit down. Of course, we go through all the pricing and the information, the services, and the amenities, and then they decide if they want to go on the wait list. We don't require an actual deposit. So I just ask the families, to make sure this is what they've decided to do and make that verbal commitment, and then we'll get them on the wait list and call them when we have availability.
Okay.
And a lot of times the families sometimes will take a retour. I had one to do that today, and that's certainly fine too. I get that a lot. I came in 6 months ago, just wasn't quite sure. Can I come back? Sure.
And they might have more questions.
And they have more questions, or things have changed since the last time they were in, so it's really weighing heavy on their minds. So absolutely, come on. We can do a lunch tour. I can show you around. Come to an activity, come to an event. I encourage that a lot, because oftentimes when you schedule a tour, there may not be anything going on at that particular time. So I try to encourage them to come. Do you like to play bingo, or come to our 4th of July celebration, that if that's something that was happening at that time, or come to our fall event, so you can see what it is that we do here and the fun that we have and the love our community shares.
But I will add to this, this is a common misconception about Wesley Meadows.
Let's talk about it.
We are not a nursing home.
Okay.
I could repeat that about 50 times.
Right.
And our wait list is both a blessing and a curse. And we're very, very blessed. We've been on a wait list really for about 12 years. Sometimes that wait list can be 6 months. Sometimes it can be a year or more. And so really making the decision to start looking early is crucially important. And Heather gets this a lot. People call and they say, oh, my mom's got to have somewhere to go right now. Well, that's not... Unfortunately, we don't have the space for that. There is talk for in the future, and a dream of mine to build more. We have 40 acres, and we certainly could build so much more, and that is certainly in the career plan goal. But as it stands right now, the wait list is kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time. We lose a lot of people sometimes because they wait till the last minute. They want a room right then, and we can't accommodate that.
So tell us some of the differences, though. What is Wesley Meadows and that is different from a nursing home?
A nursing home would be full care, meaning that they're unable to get in and out of a chair on their own or get to the bathroom on their own. I look at it this way. Assisted living is just that. It's assisted. So we're there to help administer meds, provide meals, things like that. We check on them every 2 hours.
So you do help with medication.
Right.
Okay.
But it is not total care. So total care would be someone who may be bedbound or unable to get in and out of a wheelchair on their own. We're just not staffed nor licensed for that.
You're not cleaning.
We do clean.
You do bathe. Okay.
We do help with bathing and dressing.
Okay.
The main difference is that they have to be able to maneuver around in their apartment on their own.
Okay.
And we can provide extra meals, house cleaning, help with bathing and dressing, but they just cannot be at a point to where they have to have help doing everything within their apartment because we just don't have the staff for that.
So if you have a resident that reaches that point, do you have a nursing home that you collaborate with and refer to?
We
or do you help with
definitely-
that process to move them to the next step?
I personally, don't like to make referrals to nursing homes just because I don't know what that experience will be like, and it's all different from everyone.
Yeah.
But we do have several that we will recommend to the families just because we have a close relationship working with them from our residents going in for, say, inpatient rehab.
Yeah.
But again, when people call in and ask, I just don't like to do that personally just because if their experience is bad, I don't want them to call me
Heather
back
told
and
me.
say,
Right. But at some point you'll reach where it's outside of your scope now. The person needs that next level care. So you talk to the family like, hey, look, this is what's going on. We need to might think about that
Most
next
definitely.
step.
The director of nursing and our staff, they will have those hard conversations with family, but we do everything we can on our side to keep the individual at Wesley Meadows as long as possible. Sometimes we have to call in sitter services or hospice. As long as the family's on board to do that, we can certainly do that. Case by case.
Case by case. Yeah. So, well, look, the 26th annual golf tournament, again, is on Friday, September 13th at the Timber Trust Golf Course, which is located at 9425 Plantation Road, Olive Branch, Mississippi. And then a big barbecue fundraiser at their next Halloween event, which is October 26th. Again, go to that description area. You can find a link for the submission form for that. And please patronize these events because they do good things over there at Wesley Meadows. And proof right here as I speak to you, they support their community. They really do. They're not just a business that is over to the side. They mean a lot to Hernando. Whenever I talk about Wesley Meadows, like, oh, yeah, I love that place. Or they see you, and it is a beautiful courtyard in front of you, and it's right there on Mac and Vale. So if anyone's interested, get on that wait list, too, as you said. If you think that something is nearing where you might need a facility, hop on it now.
Don't wait too late.
Don't wait too late. That's a good slogan. Don't wait too late. Before, mss.org/Wesley Meadows, and I'll repeat that again. But before we leave here, are we missing anything? Is there any final thoughts you'd like to share? Or did we nail it?
I think we nailed it.
We nailed it. I mean, because this isn't our first rodeo here.
Right. And it's been a great partnership for us as well. We appreciate all your support that you do for our community, and we're very grateful that we were able to do that.
Likewise. Thank you. Heather, how was this today?
It was awesome.
Fantastic.
So easy. So easy and comfortable.
I'm not going to give you my honest opinion, but
She's coming back next week.
You that's right. Oh, this is a weekly thing now, Heather. Did you know
we
that?
didn't tell you that.
I'll start recruiting.
This is a new job role.
I'm
for
good
you.
at that. So
You can recruit. She's awesome.
So again, please visit mss.org/Wesley Meadows and find these awesome events. And there's other events in there. I mean, the website is just chock-a-block.
Yes,
with
I
information.
add the activities calendar to Facebook every month. So
Yeah.
you
Very
can
good.
find those activities posted there the first of the month.
Awesome. And anytime there's a new flyer that needs to be out there, go to Facebook and Instagram at The
Yes.
Real Hernando. We publish those as well with all the proper links that you need. So following The Real Hernando helps Wesley Meadows. Wesley Meadows helps The Real Hernando. You see, it's the circle of life here.
That's right.
That's awesome. But thanks again. Great seeing you guys again.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure. And let's do this again next week.
Okay.
And thank you for listening, everybody, and watching. Hopefully you're on YouTube as well. You can follow us again at therealhernando.com. We are on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Heather, you're going to be a TikTok star.
Okay.
Up in here.
Awesome. I love TikTok.
And as I always do, I say thank you to our wonderful sponsors. And then here we are. Wesley Meadows, again, our title sponsor. You can see right on our sign. See, check it out.
And make sure you like Wesley Meadows' Facebook page.
That's
like,
right.
share, follow.
Absolutely.
We're
All
almost
of
to
it.
4,000 followers.
So your web, that's great. That's really good.
Yes, I
That's a
know.
good
I'm in
number.
a competition
I'm
with
in
the
a
other marketing
competition.
directors across the state. So
Look at her line up. Now she's all
like,
engaged.
I'm going to win.
But that is a great amount
Yeah.
of followers. And
It
I would
is.
gather the website has the links to
Yep.
the Facebook.
Yes. Yes.
When are you going to get it on TikTok, Heather?
I need to set that up. I mean, I use my personal account right now, but
TikTok
I need
has
to-
an amazing algorithm that we can talk about later.
yeah.
Yes.
But all right. Thanks again, guys. And
welcome.
thank you for
Thank
watching
you.
and listening. And hope you all have a great day. Thank you.